10 points on a pretty tough track for Polish Extraliga. How do you like it here compared to British League?
Yeah, I quite like Polish tracks. I've got used to them over the last 7
Even a cross no one?
Not the cross no one. Give me another chance on this, and hopefully we'll be a bit better. But no, for 7 years I've been racing in Poland now. It's a long time, and I haven't been racing in the UK for the last nearly 4 years now. So yeah, I think it was a great decision for me just to focus on the Polish Speedway and Sweden and Grand Prix. And yeah, today the track was a little bit slicker than normal, but I think that's where that suited us a little bit as the away team. Always we struggle a little bit, and the home team have a better advantage. So it was good for us today, and actually the whole team scored points, and that's what we needed to do earlier on in the season, and it always ended up that one or two riders had some problems on the meeting, and that's where we was losing the matches.
I was going to say, pretty great from everybody, pretty great event. My question is, we know your new old coach came into play, and what sort of effect did it have on the team? Was it a positive impulse, stressful one?
I don't really see the reason to why Robert Sabina was kicked out. It's not really his fault about the tracks, but it is what it is, and we got new trainer now, and I think maybe just some fresh energy into the team helped a little bit, but as a team and riders together, we still work in the same together, and everything seems to be the same. Maybe I think Robert was under a little bit too much pressure from the club, and I can understand that, because the club wants to do the best possible, and the riders also, and sometimes he wanted to help us, but sometimes it was too much information for us, and we just need to go and ride the bike and enjoy it, and when you enjoy racing and riding the bike, then that's when you perform at your best.
We hear oftentimes from people from riders that say that they're only concentrated on their own work, and the coach and managers, they're another part of the club. What is it in your aspect? Does the coach play a vital part? We remember Romantic Speedway when the coach was the one that really galvanized the whole team. Nowadays you're all professionals, you all have your own teams. What effect does it have on you, the riders?
I think it's just having a good tactic and strategy of what you're going to do in a situation where you're losing a meeting, and make the right decision at the right time, and also now Speedway is more about the mental side of things, and you need to be very positive and switched on in yourself, and this is what a trainer and team manager can give to the riders. Sometimes if a rider's not feeling in the best mood, you can sort of pump him up and give him that energy he needs to do the best he can on the bikes.
Speaking of the mental thing, we don't see you play any CDs or tracks for fans. We don't see you do freak fights. What is your mental way of escaping Speedway and doing the best on the track once the racing day comes?
We do a lot of training, obviously, for racing, and when you're training, you're thinking of different aspects about Speedway. So it's more about just being with the family and my girlfriend as well. We go out on pit bikes, and this is obviously still to do with motorsport, but you're not thinking about Speedway. And I've got a little dog as well, and we go for walks and runs together. So this is like my time to sort of relax and get away from the Speedway. And it's more about switching off from Speedway. You need to really focus on that to give yourself a break, because the season is long, and sometimes when you work too hard on things or overthink about the sport and some things that have gone wrong, then you can they can mess your mind up a lot.
Right. Last question, Grand Prix. You've been doing pretty well this year, and Aussies in general and British riders in top form. How do you see yourself in Speedway, in international Speedway? What sort of impact does this season have on you, do you think?
I think this season was the season where I wanted to fight for a medal, and obviously last year I got in the top 5 at Grand Prix, and this year I want to fight a little bit higher than that. I'd say I've been consistent throughout the year, but I haven't performed at my best, I think, and there's been a few mistakes and decisions that I made in the meeting which leads to the end of the meeting in the final where I don't score or I don't get into the final and just make it to the semis. So we're working on that, and I'm going to be definitely pushing to keep in the Grand Prix and secure my spot, and whatever can come above that I think is a bonus also.
Last of the last questions. What is the one thing that Robert Lambert would like to eliminate from his mistake making, whatever they may be?
that's a hard one. But yeah, I think.
Do you ever tend to overanalyze?
Yeah, I can do sometimes and overthink things. You know, I beat myself up a lot if I don't perform well, and I just need to sometimes just let it go. And even after the World Cup and in this last race, I believed I could win it and win it for the team, and I didn't. You know, I felt very calm and relaxed, and I made a great start, but Max made a better one, and that's just how it goes. And I was beating myself up for a few days after that. You know, that we didn't get the goal, but yeah, I think definitely overthinking can be a problem after the meeting when I don't do well, but I'm working on it to just let things go, and you can't change what's already happened, and you need to always move on from that.
Cool, thank you so much. Thanks for your clarity.